Hey, Farmland. Coach Kyle here with Coach Taylor. We just finished up an epic noon class. We're going to come in for the high five here. Boom. Whoa. And we were talking about it. We know a lot of you guys gave us some feedback on the, behind me here, crossover symmetry units. If you haven't already, back on our public Facebook page, you can find, and I believe I shared it in this group as well, but we did post up a activation version of using these bands. So a really good way to prepare your shoulders for dynamic movement such as barbell work. Like today we're going overhead with a jerk. This is a great way to kind of turn those muscles on in the proper muscles in the right order and warm them up so that you can have better stability and motor control with those muscle groups. So today we wanted to cover a couple of things though, but the first one is going to be we want to lengthen out. We've noticed a lot of people with some tight chest muscles, okay? So if you spend any amount of time sitting at a desk where your shoulder comes forward, right, sitting forward into the shoulder position, we end up shortening a lot of this tissue here. And so what happens is that we get stuck there. And if you get stuck there, Taylor, if you want to take this for me here real quick, you can flip it around too. Go ahead.
Oh, God.
Got it? Yeah. Okay, so when we get stuck here, guys, right, it really impedes our ability to go overhead. And when you're in training and you do end up trying to just move through it, you can actually light up the front of your shoulder tissues pretty seriously, causing a lot of inflammation and pain. And so we wanted to give you guys a tool, or rather a toolkit, to be able to improve the position and posture of your shoulder, all right? Which again, we always want to have it back and down so that you can improve your range of motion and get back living a pain-free life with strong set of shoulders that allow you to do anything here in the gym pain-free, okay? So the first thing we're going to attack is what we call the 5-way shoulder stretch. So the 5-way shoulder stretch, you're going to have to bear with us. We've got a couple of different bands here, and you can do this here, you can do it over on the pull-up rig, but what you need to do, you got enough room there, Taylor?
Yeah. All
right, so the first thing we want to do, guys, stretch number one is we're going to teach that shoulder to sit back and down, okay? Now, if you think about your tissues as kind of like a thick rubber band, right? In some areas, those rubber bands are actually thinner, and other areas, they're fat, okay? And if you were to take a fat with a skinny middle rubber band and put your fingers in and stretch it out, the fat part doesn't stretch. The skinny part just gets skinnier. So if that makes sense to you, what we want to understand is we have to specifically address the fat part of the rubber band, which is right up here near the actual shoulder joint. So our first stretch, guys, we're going to take our arm, we're going to loop it through this band, we're going to get it right up on the shoulder, okay? We're going to expose that tight tissue by making a fist, winding up and putting it into the small of our back. Again, maintaining good posture, so ribs down, okay? So this is now actively pulling my shoulder back into a good position, and then I want to create some more tension by just walking into it, all right? What I would do is I would stay here trying to just keep that tension, pulling my shoulder back into position without letting it kind of twist me or contort my posture. And I'm going to stay here for about 2 minutes, okay? So that's number one of our 5-way shoulder stretch. Number two then is we're going to take that same band at about shoulder height here, okay? So we want to make a straight line off from that band. Again, we're going to set our shoulder back and down, and then I'm simply going to lengthen out that band, creating some tension so it pulls on these tissues here, and then I just want to simply twist away, all right? So now I'm feeling this pec muscle kind of open up, and again, I'll spend about 2 minutes here, but notice I'm palms up, I'm externally rotated. That sets the shoulder into a good position, and again, about 2 minutes to accumulate some good lengthening there. Number three then, guys, is we're going to go opposite. So I'll stay facing you, but imagine now I would just spin around with this one, okay? So what we're doing now, instead of being open to the body, we're going to close across the body. So again, I'm going to grab this band through the middle here. I'm going to set my shoulder back and down, and then I'm going to create some tension here, and I'm just going to, again, keep a good posture and position and really try to set my shoulder back across, all right? Going to stretch out a little bit back of the shoulder and just maintain good posture and position there. Number four then, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to open up that overhead position. So I'm going to have a band looped up overhead. I'm going to reach in here. Again, I'm going to go palms up, and then I'm going to step away, and I'm going to try to create the longest line I can across my body here, keeping my palm to the sky, and then I'm going to look through this window, and I'm going to get a good lengthening all across the side here. All right? That's number four. Number five then, we're going to spin around, again, palms up. This is kind of like mimicking our front rack position, right? So we have those elbows up and in, And what I'm going to do is I want to keep that elbow straight ahead. So I'm going to walk forward, creating tension on that band and elbow, keep my shoulder back and down, pull my elbow in, and then I'm just going to let myself kind of lean forward here and stretch out. Taylor, if you can loop around the side real quick. What we're looking to stretch out here, guys, is over here, okay? So as I'm getting into this, this is opening me up for that front rack position, all right? So if you guys have some shoulder issues, if you feel like you're tight or if you're compact, if it's hard for you to reach up overhead, try our 5-way shoulder series, guys, with those bands. Spend about 2 minutes in each position and test it out, right? Maybe try a barbell press or a dumbbell press before you begin, and then try it again. See if you're able to get into a better position, because the whole point of all this is testing, doing something about it, and then retesting. If it works, great, and you made a change, great. You can use that going forward, all right? If it didn't make a change, we'll have to try something else, outcome-based decision-making. So that's the lengthening part, all right? The strengthening part now, if we take a look, come on and zoom in here, Top. We've got the crossover symmetry, all right? So earlier we did the flip side of this, which was the activation, but today we're gonna get after the strength. And the strength, as you can see, is 7 exercises. They're all gonna be done at eye level, okay? And again, if you take a peek here, we have the tall set here, if you just back up, right? And then we got the lower set here. So if you are vertically challenged, as we call it, then you can use the lower set. But all of these will be on the top rings here with the carabiners attached, all right? And you're gonna need 2 different tensions, heavy and a light, okay? I simply use the starter set, which is going to be purple, will be the lightest. It's a 7-pound resistance, and then I go up to the 10-pound, with it, which is the yellow for the heavy set. We're going to go through these exercises, guys, and you'll see here it's got a rep count down the side. I'm not going to go through all the reps. I'm just going to show you the movements, but make sure you do the reps as it says with the amount of time pausing in each position, okay? I'm going to kind of fly through this real quick because my phone's going to die. So here we go. First thing, strengthening now the shoulder girdle, all right, to keep us in better posture and position for longer periods of time. This can be done on maybe a day that you don't have overhead barbell work. Again, the activation stuff can be done any day before you train, even after you train, but this would be done on a day that maybe you're not going to be using your shoulders as much, or it's maybe an active rest day for you. We're going to start out with what we call archer, okay? So I'm going to grab the heavy bands here. I'm going to start with the yellows. And again, crossover symmetry, so definitely make sure, you can come up there, maybe they can see a little bit better, but make sure you cross these bands over. Taylor keeps yelling at me because I forget to cross them over. But we're going to start here, guys, okay? We're going to set those shoulders back and down. Just take a nice athletic stance, so toes forward, hips kind of set, and then I want to keep the hips and low back set as I now draw back this elbow, keeping it about shoulder height, guys, really pulling back, a 1-2 second pause, and then a 2-second return. Same thing on this side, trying to keep a straight line from that elbow through my wrist, and then back again. And you're gonna go 20 reps total there, so that's 10 per side, all right? Number 2, athletic stance again, toes forward, hips back. I'm gonna start overhead, I'm gonna set my shoulders, sweep those things down, keeping my elbows extended, and then I'm gonna retract my shoulder blades, okay? So you should be seeing kind of smooth shirt, set the shoulders, and then I crease my shirt at the very end here, all right? You guys have 10 reps of that crossover pull down. Number 3 then, we're going into our tiger walk. So if I take my bands and I simply flip around here, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my elbows extended, okay? And I wanna try to push my shoulder blades into my shirt. And then one at a time, I'm gonna just walk, trying to really move those scapulas as far as I can, front to back. Okay, that one's going to be a little bit more. That's 40 reps. That one will really get your chili hot in that upper back area. You're going to feel that one. The next one is actually pretty difficult, so we're going to want to go to a light band. This is going to be the WY negative, and you'll see why we call it that. The WY negative, guys, means that we're going to start out with our arms in front of us here. Again, bands crossed. Pull into the letter W. So my arms and my body make the letter W. I'm going to pause. I'm going to drive up into the letter Y. And then again, a slow 3, 2, 1, 0, negative. Quick start to that W, up into my Y, and a 4, 3, 2, 1, negative. We'll go 10 reps there, all right? Next one, snow angel. Very simple. If you did these as a kid, you're good to go, right? So we start, arms, elbows extended here. I'm going to sweep those things back and depress my shoulders as best as I can. Maintaining depressed shoulders, sweep up and overhead. Try to take 2 seconds to get there, make a full circle, and then all the way back down, and then you can return to that open again. Snow angel. All right? Moving forward then, we're gonna switch back up to the heavy bands. We're gonna get into the bear hug. And the bear hug, guys, we're gonna return to that facing away position. And what I wanna start to do is get out so that when I'm in a kind of, looks like a push-up position here, come around so they can hear me. I wanna make sure that I have a little bit of tension in my chest. So I'm gonna walk forward to those bands, kind of pull my chest, I have a little tension, and then I'm gonna wrap around as if I'm hugging a bear, trying to spread my shirt, okay? Back down, wrap around as if I'm spreading my shirt, and then back down again. Okay, that's our bear hug. Final one then, guys. Come on around, Taylor. We're gonna go to the ATYT. And this one, you will definitely feel the burn. So what we're doing is we're gonna take these bands, again, cross them over. Now it says 10 reps, but it's really like 40 reps, okay? Because we're gonna go through 4 different movements. First one is gonna be the letter A. We're gonna make the letter T. We're going to make the letter Y, and then we're going to make the letter T again, and that's 1, okay? So we have to do that 10 times. Again, A, T, Y, T, all right? And you're going to go through that for 10 reps. That is the strength routine for the crossover symmetry. Again, I would recommend doing that on a day that maybe you don't have a lot of pushing or overhead work, or if you do it maybe afterwards, okay? Again, if you feel like you're tight in your shoulders and all that, try our 5-way shoulder stretch, guys. All this stuff is right here, available for your use as an athlete to improve through lengthening and strengthening your upper body, your shoulders, and your tissues. Let us know if you have any questions. We're here to help. You guys have a great rest of your day. See you soon. Bye.